Hey everybody, how you all doing? Whittler Dave. Well, I thought I would twiddle on this pumpkin a little bit more, like part 2. Left it, I wanted to show everybody what I do and everything, and then everybody was asking about the fish. Well, right there's the fish I did the other day. Just a simple, made out of that 100-year-old barn wood. Just a simple little fish. I love that cedar. I like the white. I like when I can find them with the white in it, because it just, look at that white. I think it's very pretty. It highlights the wood. It's just got a clear coat, and then a few minutes ago, like I said, I'm working on Christmas, so just carved the snowman. He's not done or anything, but we got a little bit more rough in on him, but just a simple little snowman. That's one of my favorite things to carve. But anywho, let's do some more on this pumpkin. Try to get it roughed in and everything. And I apologize that I'm not on my bench, because I put it up in my basement and my back's bothering me really bad. So I'm just going to use my table here and everything. I use this table a lot to carve on and bring it outside and everything. So it is what it is with the old back. It is. We're just going to, a lot of little work. And got the other pumpkin done I showed you the other day, and called the lady, and I think her son's coming to pick it up. They live here in Tennessee, actually right down the road from me. So it's done, and she said she had her other one already on her front porch with a tea light in it, just to flicker it away. So I thought that's pretty cool and everything. So I'll show you a little bit of chisel carving here in a minute and everything. Lara's wielding the camera right now. She was off, and I told her that she had to come out here and do the camera work, because there's just no way I can do it and carve one of these. Nope. But yeah, that little snowman I drawed it this morning. Then I drawed Lara carves bears. These little head. It's a bear head, and we lost the pattern, or I've done something with it, so I redrawed it. But actually, I like the new pattern I drawed. So she's been in there using the scroll saw and the table saw today. Used the table saw sled to cut her wood down.
Yeah, that don't make me as nervous as using it by itself without the sled.
Yeah, the sled's a lot safer. I design, a lot of people that know about table saws, if you use a sled, your fingers are totally out of the way and everything. Hang on, folks, I gotta grab a chisel. Your fingers are totally out of the way, and you don't have to worry it. But when I teach woodworking, I never leave you, do I?
No.
I'm always there. I stand right there, because I have 1,800 years, it seems like, on heavy equipment and table saws, and I grew up in a sawmill where machinery was extremely dangerous. It wasn't like it is today, where you have all the safeties on it and stuff. Now, back then, sawmills were just a lot of people got hurt. I seen men walking around with half an arm, missing a hand. They worked years in a sawmill.
And I need my fingers to make my jewelry, so.
Yep. Can't do jewelry. Can't carve. Like I said, we're just roughing in. That's all we're doing. And before you know it, I'll like it, and then we'll go from there. You could carve one of these, but you'd have to use strictly a knife, not the hatchet.
Right.
I've taught her to carve. She's got 21 years in carving. I taught her. But this is one thing I don't teach, is hatchet carving. I just don't. And I got my friend's pumpkin glued up this morning. He's a gentleman from Florida, and he's a carver. And I going to be sending him out one of my pumpkins that he's going to totally carve himself. And I think that's pretty awesome. So I've got it all glued up, and I'm going to do a couple things to it so he can understand how to carve it. Because unless I'm there, you know, you got to really figure it out, because I designed all these. These are mine. Alrighty. I like that a lot. Do a little chisel work here because I want to clean this up.
Now, I do know how to use the chisel, so that's okay.
Yep.
I use that when I do my tikis.
Yep, she does carve tikis. I've taught her to carve tikis. See, the hatchet's just to get it roughed in, get it shaped, and you go in with tikis. Woo! I'm thinking of tikis now.
Sorry, that was my bad.
You go in with chisels, and you just start shaping. Get it all shaped. It's talking to me, telling me a story. I do like standing up here carving on this because I got a bad back and I'm standing up, and it's just a little bit easier, even though I love my bench and I designed it for me and I can sit on it all day and carve. It's just I have problems of moving it because of my back, and it's not that heavy. And I've made a lot of bench. I'm getting ready to make another new bench. I was going to make multiple heads for the bench, and I thought, no, I'm going to leave that as a carving bench, and I'm going to make a new bench out and everything. I know it may not look like much right now, but it will come out in the wash. There's just a lot of love here. You always got to be thinking of the thickness. You don't want to blow through it. And yeah, I have when I first designed these, and I learned to fix it. And like I told you, I make a second texture after I carve it, so it don't have to be totally smooth. I make another texture on top of it that hides all the imperfections and stuff, and it gives it the look that I want. Gotta be careful here, I'm really thin. Very thin. Let's use this dog leg. And if you're really careful, you shouldn't use a mallet on these little tools like this, but if you're really careful and don't smack hard, you're gonna be fine. I've done this for years. This gives me the right little look I'm looking for. And then we come in here with this knife. Alright, though, I want to roll around on it. And then, so you don't want it perfect. You want those dents, you want those imperfections, and all that. So what do you think about your new bear I drawed you?
I think it's really cool.
It's different
I like
than the
how
last
his little
one.
lip is.
Yeah, it's different than the last one I drawed you. Maybe it was a good thing that we lost the pattern. Well, you know, it's funny. I'll make her these bears, you know, or she'll make them, and I'll get everything, and then I'll find the original pattern. That's how it always works.
But that's okay. I like the new one too.
Well, you got to change up.
Yeah, they're used to me carving the bear paws, and got to take a break.
Yeah, that's getting old. Like there's one thing I'm not making for the show this year, and because I've done 2 years of it, so I've redesigned the snowman, and like I said, snowmen are my favorite things to carve.
I got to finish putting my flowers together to sell on the mountain.
Yep, you got flowers to carve and everything. I I do flowers.
Yes, you do flowers. In pots.
Yeah, in pots. I make it like a little wooden pot. And sometimes I'll add a bumblebee to it, or a beetle, or I don't know, whatever my brain screams at me. I just do. Gotta get them old teethers.
2 feet.
See, this one here does not weigh nothing. It's just a cleaning, just a detail hatchet. That's all that one is. That's the detail. Turned out to be a nice day, literally. Mountain weather's beautiful out here. I'm hoping the guy that gets the one in Florida, I told him that I will make you one. He was in my shop the other day. He follows me on my YouTube channel. And I said, I don't have one ready, but I will make you one. And I'll just send it to him. Give me your address. So that's what I did. I got it all laid out this morning. Glued it all up. And then my cottonwood come in yesterday. A guy had cottonwood that he picked up. I think it was in Alaska. And he sent me a bunch of cottonwood. So the deal was is he wanted sugar pine. So we bartered, and I just, as soon as I got that cottonwood in yesterday, I turned right around and used his same box and everything and just shipped it right out. And so he'll be getting it probably Wednesday or no later than Thursday. I sent him a bunch of different, and that works with me. I'm an old barter. I like to barter.
Okay, can I make a comment?
Yeah.
Okay. I noticed right here and on both sides you got serious knots.
Yeah, you don't have
But the good thing of it is doing it with the hatchet then compared with the knife is probably so much easier to do.
Yeah, and the knots you don't have to worry about it because the other texture I'm putting on this, like I do all my pumpkins, hides all that. So I don't worry about imperfection of wood. On these things, you want the imperfection. You want the valleys, and you want the doodaddies and this everything. You just want it all.
Because they are so hard to carve.
Yeah, knots they'll ruin your knives. They'll dull my hatchets. So I'll come in close. We'll just come in here. You need to take off that anyway. See how hard that knot is?
Yes.
Yep, and that's all right. Because the sides, I've got a texture I put on it. We just kind of give it a little love. Don't knock my knife.
Yeah, my luck, if I did that, I would chop my knife in half.
Well, that's one thing I haven't done yet.
I better be quiet. That would be bad.
It's one thing. I've done a lot of things in carving. I've not done that one. Don't jinx me.
I won't, I promise. I would cry.
You'd be looking at me like, oh, what did I do?
Can we glue it?
Now, I have shaped a lot of my handles because I buy a knife and it doesn't fit my hand. There we go. Get a little love there.
Ooh, it's fine.
Just a little love. That's all we got to do. Let's go back over here. Yeah, I don't worry about it because, like I said, there's so much there's about 3 to 4 days of the second texture that I do on top of this pumpkin after I get it carved. And that's not painting. And then the painting takes another 3 to 4 days. It depends, how it talks to me. But you can see all those little doodaddies right there and all just the imperfections.
video might be a little wonky, sorry.
Huh?
I said my video one might be a little wonky.
Well, you gotta be careful when you move.
Well, what's funny is I'm trying to watch you without looking at the camera, but
Yep.
I gotta look at the camera.
That's why I got you out here to try to video it, because I am trying to hold this on a tripod would just be nope.
Weird.
And then I can't watch the tripod. I do like my fingers, and I cannot do that. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. I love how that peers out right there. I do. That's it. That's it.
Come around.
And like I said, I apologize that I have to turn it like a zillion times. She gets a good shot, then I turn it.
Like, hold still.
That's impossible. I see when you carve something like this. Shaping the teeth.
It's like you got your hand in the way. Move your hand.
In the back. I don't know how to hold the knife and get my hand out of the way. Now, come on. I just don't. I ain't figured that one out. Carve. You carve. Come on. Carve. Come on. Be a good boy. See? Not listening. I'm telling you. Just, I don't know how to do that.
Well, at least
Jump
this
up here and do
video
this.
is going to
Come on.
be different. It's going to be nice and fun.
Alrighty.
Serious but fun.
Alrighty. Oh yeah. Like that. I even carve tikis with the hatchets a lot of times. I'll rough one in. I've done full pose. And when I do a full pole, I will design the tools. It's been years since I carved a totem pole.
We got one. It's in the house,
I just
in the hallway.
have done one of the, and they're story pose. Because all totem poses will tell you a story. If you know how to read them, and I do, they will tell you a story of usually about the tribe or the area or about Mother Nature and the tribe, and it just tells a story. A lot of people, that's the thing, they'll look at totem pose and like, oh, that's nice. And like, no, if you'll just stand there and really look at it and look at all the symbols and start putting things together, you can figure it out, what they're trying to say.
One of these times you'll have to do a small video about the one that you have
Yeah,
and explain it.
yeah, I don't bring it out that much. It is still for sale, but it's not going to be a cheap one because it took a lot of time, and I've got I couldn't tell you the hours in that. See, it's starting to really look different. It's starting to clean up and everything. Yep. Just a little love right here. Then I've got that walking staff that's made out of a mulberry, and that's all tribal. A friend of mine gave me that wood.
And then you got the one with the snake, which is really cool.
Yeah, but it's not a walking stick.
No, but
It was a 2x2, and I turned it in to look like a branch. It's got a snake and a bird and a lizard and a spirit man on top. I used to do a lot of staff carving. I mean, face it, folks, I have carved since I've been a kid, and they didn't have cameras back then like they got now. So it would be literally impossible to even, try and explain what I have carved. I've carved professionally when I was a lot younger, and I had color in my hair. I carved for a company that did a lot of custom ducks and stuff, and I did them for years. And now that's why now when you see one of my ducks, they're whimsical, because I just cannot bring myself to carve a regular duck. I have done hundreds of ducks, and I just can't. Well, the time is moving along, folks. And I wanted to, there'll probably be a part 3 on this, because you know I don't have the edits yet and everything, so I don't want to run out of time.
I'm trying.
But we are trying. We're trying to figure it out. But I just wanted to show you this. There is more love and more to carve, and more to get rid of all this here and clean up the back and in through here and the stem and stuff. But anywho, I just wanted to say thank you all for who is following me. I appreciate it. All the likes and the comments, and like I said, you got to push that like button to help me out. You know, and at least watch the video
And subscribe.
And subscribe. You got to do that, because we're trying to build this where, you know, and we're building a family channel. We designed this channel where if you have little ones, grandkids, kids, they can sit down and watch Woodler Dave carve a pumpkin. There's, you know, you know, and you don't have to worry about it. There's nothing said on my channel unless I say it. So anywho, thank you all who have subscribed. Share it with your friends. I appreciate it. Let's build this channel more and more. And I say thank you, and y'all have a blessed day. I'll talk to you later, Woodler Dave.